Throughout the world, they defy the laws of nature. Is it a miracle when someone survives massive injuries? Studies show that prayer may help the healing process, even when a person is severely injured, like 6-year-old Taylor Hall.
It was a bright sunny day. He took his skates out, and then my son Chris was in the front bedroom, and he heard the truck screech.
You could hear the truck coming down the corner. You could hear it as it would kind of screech, because Taylor was coming down the sidewalk, and as he hit the sidewalk, he hit a patch of rocks, and he couldn't stop himself in time.
Fire department came, and the ambulances came, and he was in a pool of blood. He lost over 4.5 units in the street, which is almost half your body's blood. And he was ripped open from his navel all the way to the back.
Taylor's prognosis was not good.
His entire pelvis was crushed under the tires. I had grave doubts about being able to put his intestinal tract back together. The damage was so extensive in the pelvic area. He had huge open wounds. Again, very susceptible to infection.
There was a very good possibility that the infection that might have gotten in there would be the thing that would end up killing him. The next thing we were told was that if he made it through that, that there would be a possibility that, one, he might not be able to have children, he might have to have a colostomy the rest of his life, his ability to walk might be impeded substantially.
He thought he was going to die. I think that scared the nurses a little bit, because they said when patients think that they're going to die, then it's pretty serious.
Taylor's family was encouraged by studies showing prayer may be a powerful tool for healing.
There were some studies coming out showing that if you take prayer into the clinic or the hospital or the laboratory and test it pretty much like you would a new medication, you can actually show that prayer does something.
Researchers put bacteria into 2 identical test tubes. Volunteers prayed for the samples in one of the test tubes.
And the differences in the growth rates are quite profound, favoring those that get prayed for.
At San Francisco General Hospital, a prayer experiment was conducted on actual patients.
The patients who received extra prayer groups outside of the hospital required less diuretic therapy, less antibiotics, and had less cardiac arrest.
With hope fading for conventional medicine to heal Taylor, the Halls sought an alternative.
Steve and I prayed on the way to the hospital, and the family prayed as a family.
It just seemed that we were all on the same level, doing the same thing for the same purpose, and we all wanted the same thing, and that was for Taylor to recover.
And I'm fully convinced that was every bit as important a part as what the doctors did. And not to downplay what the doctors did, but I think it was, they both worked together.
And when, after 6 days, after being ripped open, intestines all messed up, being, his back ripped open, his pelvis broken, he was walking with no cast or pins.
Yeah, I think it was a miracle. I think if somebody else had got run over and nobody prayed, then he could have died.
The experts are convinced of prayer's effect on miraculous recovery.
Well, it's my opinion that prayer helped 100%. A lot of the stuff that we were able to do as doctors was relatively simple, but the healing process was a long, extensive one with major injuries.
The mind has some aspect, some quality, which can reach out through space and time, as is evidenced through prayer, and make a difference.
Julie is just happy to have her son back.
He's fully recovered. He doesn't have anything major wrong with him. He gets headaches now and then, but everything else on his body is back. He's above normal. He's skating again.